I stumbled into the office bright and early, letting out a long yawn. I haven't pulled an all-nighter like this since my college days, and now I understand why. Slumping into my chair, I glugged down my coffee and tried to slap myself awake. Glug? You glugging that hot coffee? The heck? We got work to do today, so hopefully Leslie isn't too late. I dropped him off around 4 a.m. in his apartment, but he managed to get more sleep than I did. I mean, 4 a.m. I mean, you're pretty sure he got more sleep than you, of course. You know, maybe I should just go bring the whole coffee pot in here. I got a feeling I'm gonna need it. I rise unsteadily back to my feet, wandering back to the door in a haze. Just as I reach for the handle. Good morning! Ah! Ow, whoa. Do you really have to scream in my ears first thing, Richard? I'm happy to see you too, but really. Leslie pinches his ear with a grimace, frowning playfully at me. Does he remember? Oh, you look terrible. Sit down, I brought some donuts. They'll fix you up right quick. I want some donuts. I let Leslie steer me back to my chair, but he stuffs a donut into my mouth. What else can he stuff? Oh, so wait. It's good that I trade all the donuts in the world for a few hours of sleep. We sit in an unusual silence for a little while, munching on our breakfast and sipping coffee. Normally we'll be chattering about various things right now, but I can't bring myself to look Leslie in the eye, not after last night. I'll never felt so awkward in my life. Are we really are we just going to pretend it didn't happen, or... Richard, what's the matter? Leslie calls me out with a mouth full of donuts, gazing at me curiously as he chews. He definitely doesn't seem fazed, that's for sure. He doesn't remember. You look like a kid who's been caught peeping at a girl's skirt. He doesn't remember. We'll make you remember. Really, what's eating you? I don't like the silence. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Nothing. It's nothing, boss. Listen, why don't we get started on work? We need to go over the new findings. Uh-huh. He still seems pretty suspicious, but eventually nods. What's going on with you? I can't tell if he's playing dumb or he just really can't remember. You know, it's probably the latter. About Eastman. I think we need more information on everything, including him. Maybe we go to the FBI? If we blow our cover too early, we'll risk losing out on more leads, more potential sources. We should play this smart. Agree. There's still a lot we don't know. Leslie gazes up thoughtfully at the ceiling, twirling a pen between his sugar-dusted fingers. Is that speakeasy his base of operation? How many warehouses does he have? Are there any other key players in this business? I say we don't need to send out some agents to figure out the key details. I don't want to rush into anything. Send out agents? That reminds me. Oh yeah, we sent somebody out. That reminds me. What happened to Earl, that guy I sent to scope out the speakeasy yesterday? I didn't see him come into work today, and he didn't call me like he was supposed to. He's dead. Boss, I need to make a call. I sent Earl last night, but he hasn't come in yet. Oh, alright. Don't let me stop you. I reach for the phone and quickly dial Earl's home number. Ring, ring, ring. No answer. He's dead. I got a bad feeling about this. I bet anything, his disappearance is related to that speakeasy Eastman and the Mafia. Not good, huh? Leslie seems to figure out it pretty quickly, because he raised a worried eyebrow at me. I grimly nod. Damn it, I shouldn't have gone there myself last night. I should have. If something happened to Earl, then we'll get some officers and head over there even this evening. Boss? Just a quiet investigation at first. See if we can find out anything about Earl. If there's incriminating evidence, then we'll turn it into a full-blown raid. But hopefully, he's just at some cat house this morning, hungover. I mean, like, the porn house, or what is it called? A brothel. Brothel. A cat house is slang for brothel. Brothel? It doesn't sound right when I say it out loud. Brothel. Brothel? Brothel? It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right when I'm saying it. used commonly in the early 20th century. The term cat has been used to describe prostitution, which possibly where cat house as an yada yada. Leslie gives me a small reassuring smile. It makes me feel a little better, even though a nervous pit still shifts in my stomach. Tonight it is then. Attaboy. Ready to go over some more reports? Ready as I ever be. So we're not gonna remind him. The rest of the day sinks into a blur of paperwork and coffee. Leslie and I are busy ourselves with our mountain of reports, so there's not much time for the awkward atmosphere to come back. Considering how he's acting, maybe nothing really ever happened at all. Maybe I just dove off at the hotel room and had a bittersweet dream. Hello? Richard? Hello? Two hands roughly shake my shoulder. What? When my eyes struggle open a few seconds later, I notice how dark the sky is out. I saw it. Huh? Wait, what was I? There's only one of us who can sleep for half the day, Richard. Don't try to steal my thunder. Why didn't you wake me up sooner? You were clearly exhausted. Those dark circles under your eyes make you look like a raccoon. It's cute. But listen, try to get more sleep at night, right? Okay? I can't rely on a hazy partner to have my back, okay? And whose fault is it that I didn't get any sleep exactly? Mr. Bright Eye and Bushy Tail over there? Bright Eye and Bushy Tail. After we get our things together, Leslie and I prepare to head out to the speakeasy. It's already late, and there's been no call from Earl, so something obviously is going to happen. Richard, wait. As I reach out for the door, Leslie suddenly grabs my sleeve, tugging me back a little. About last night. I do remember it all, just so you know. Aha! He does remember. This bastard. You cursed too much. So all of today was just an act? I know. I couldn't pass up the opportunity, and please don't hate me too much. But I just wanted to tell you that, well, I'm sorry. He bites his lip, averting his gaze guiltily. It's the same look he had last night, right after he kissed me. If you want, we can agree to pretend it never happened. Things can go back to normal. We'll just be regular friends. Senior partners and junior partner. Neither of us speak of it again, and we could chalk it up. Me being drunk and stupid. Mostly stupid. I don't want to forget. Leslie loudly cleared his throat, fiddling with his tie. He's so nervous. Despite his self-efficating joke, I could tell he's being serious about this. Our friendship important to both of us, so it's understandable, but I don't want to forget. How do I really feel about things? It's not a question of liking Leslie, but last night's situation was, well, you were drunk, so I feel guilty. I definitely don't want to forget this. Yeah, we don't want to forget that night. It was good. We got a CG from it. No, boss. I don't want to pretend it didn't happen. Definitely not. Even though I don't know where things go from here, I know for sure that I like you. You like kissing me? Is that what you mean? I thought that was a given. Well, you were really enjoying it. I felt that a little, or should I say, big surprise between your... You're right? Yeah, good talk. Leslie snickers at my hasty response back to his normal smug self. But I can tell he's relieved to clear the air between us, as I am. Hey, once we're sure Earl's safe, let's talk about this again, in a more private setting. Does that sound okay? It sounds great, boss. Did you just... Before I can finish, Leslie suddenly pulls me into an adoring hug, squeezing so hard I can barely breathe. Let me see it. He buries his face against my shoulder, nuzzling against it. How can he make my heart ache so much? I'll never become a hard-boiled detective if I keep getting feelings like this. Sighing affectionately, I curl my arms around him and squeeze back, enjoying the few moments of warmth we share. Okay. Leslie soon pulls back, taking a deep breath. Then we nod at each other, just like always. If we hurry, we can get to the bottom of this and still have time to get cannolis before the shop closes. Richard, you never told me you could read minds. I try to stay out of yours, too scared of what I might see. Clever boy. We head out side by side, determined but hopeful the partners we've always been. I have faith in Leslie, just like he has faith in me. We'll get the job done together. Welcome, gentlemen. I thought the game was over. Please enjoy your night. I'm getting so hungry. Loud music rushes over me in a wave. The familiar sea of dancers, light, and sparkling glasses. Oh, this place is quite a scene, isn't it? Leslie mutters at my side as we walk along, glancing around the speak. It's a little less crowded today. They must have known we were coming. Oh, low blow. It's this guy again. As we weave our way to the bar, my attention draws to a group of familiar figures. It's the Italian. I bet they're from Italian. Those sketchy guys from the other night, but it looks like there's more of them today. I nudge Leslie's side and jerk my chin in their direction. He follows my subtle gestures, eyes narrowing faintly. We exchange no words, but I can tell we're thinking the same thing. Those are Mayer's man. At the bar, Leslie orders a couple drinks just to keep up appearance. We got to find some way to ask about Earl, but we can't risk being too obvious about it. Jack! You finally decided to show up. Huh? When a certain voice calls over the music, I freeze. Is that who I think it is then? Oh, it's him. I'm terribly disappointed last night, Jack. Me too. The expensive bottle of honey schlitzel I got for you was my sole conversation partner. It's the plum brandy produced in Eastern Europe. It was desolated in large amounts of Jewish communities in Poland before World War II. While often very strong and bitter in its normal form, it is sometimes combined with honey to make it sweeter and less pungent. Sure enough, Mayer swanted up with his usual sly grin, leaning one arm against the bar. Oh? I see you brought a friend. Yeah, he's my lover. We're dating now. I'm sorry, Mayer. It couldn't work out between us. Mayer turned his attention to Leslie, studying him for a few moments before offering a polite nod. Leslie does the same, sizing the other guy up silently. Ugh, they're fighting for me. But quickly breaks into a smile of his own. You must be Mayer. Jack was just singing your praise, you know. I can see why. Singing my praise, was he? My gaze meet Mayer's and he suggestively winks. Oh. I mean, I can have both. Great, Leslie, thanks for encouraging him. And whom might I have the pleasure of meeting tonight? Leslie's the name. How do you do it? You use your real name? I know, right? Wait, he's giving Mayer his real name? Is he planning something? They're reaching around me to shake hands, each still wearing a confident smirk. How do you do? I think this game's almost done. Would I be correct in consuming you're a public servant like Jack here, Mr. Leslie? You would be very correct. We met through work, actually. I see. Very interesting. Oh my god. There's something uncomfortable about this atmosphere. Excuse me. What exactly is going on? And you, Mayer, what do you do for work? Curious, you should mention that I consider myself a public servant as well. Oh my, what a coincidence. I had a feeling, really, the second I saw you, I thought to myself, here's a charitable man, alright, I knew it. You may not believe this, but I had the same reaction. That noble air you have, why, it speaks volumes about you. You struck me as a dutiful sort of fellow, and I respect that. He's like sitting there like watching this going down. No, something is definitely wrong. There's no way either of them is being serious. In fact, it almost sounds like... Actually, Mayer, I have a question for you. Pausing for a moment, Leslie glances up at the clock. It's only a quick look, but it seems deliberated. Of course, please go on. You didn't happen to see a man around here the other night. dark, shaggy hair, pointy nose, brown eyes, walked with a slight limp. Mayor brushes a hand through his hair, eyes slyly drifting to one side. It's very possible that description sounds very familiar. But you know, Mr. Leslie, information comes with a price. At that instant, here we go. Ah! It's the cops! Dang, the speakeasy doors flies open and a small group of officers rush in. Scream echoes through the parlor after the music cuts off, but the cacao pony quickly goes silent. As the officers pull out their guns, the mafia types grab their own pieces, pointing them back at the officers. Oh god, it's gonna be a shootout. Slang for firearm. Go down! Leslie, what? Richter, please. Wait, you said my real name. Leslie sharply raises a hand at me and I fall quiet, stunned. This wasn't the plan we discussed. I thought we were supposed to wait for more information. Unless Leslie did this because he thought it would be too soft on Mayor. No, Mayor. I suggest you cooperate with us, Eastman, and give us the agent's location. Mayor, I didn't know about this. I swear, I didn't know. Mayor doesn't seem nearly as shocked as he should be. How could he be so calm? I'm getting a headache. He has no idea what is going to happen, did he? Wait, give me one moment. Couldn't he be so calm? He had no idea this was going to happen, did he? Alright, I'll cooperate with you. But please, tell your men to lower their weapons. I'll do the same for mine. And then we can do things calmly, without threats of accidental bloodshed. Agree? Leslie hesitates. There's a very strange degree of trust going on here, but I get the sense that neither of them wanted to end in violence. I know Leslie hates hurting anyone, even criminals, and Mayor doesn't seem the type to enjoy it either. Understood. Both of them exchange looks and simultaneously nod at their men who slowly, reluctantly lower their guns. The tension in the room eased a little bit, though it's still far from calm. Let me preface by saying your man is safe. He's being held in the back room, properly fed and watered. In fact, he's probably gotten to know most of the men. A very likable fellow. Aw, Mayor, you're cool. That does sound like Earl. The guy can get along with just about anyone. Earl, what you been doing, huh? God. Why did you capture him then? To use him as bait, naturally. Bait? Mayor nods, giving me a slightly apologetic smile, although he looks too pleased with himself about it. You see, after our friend Jack here showed up the other night, I was struck with an idea. I knew he was a detective before he so much as walked in the door. Your informant working for me, so I decided to have a chat with him. Man, I'm a terrible detective. You mean back there that was... Don't get me wrong, Richard. I was enjoying every second of it. But I've been looking for a way to work out an arrangement with the law in Cleveland for some time. You're a hard-headed sort here, let me tell you. He exhaled a breath, his teeth gently shaking his head. Richard, however, I could tell he was made of something different. Not so hell-bent on enforcing the Volstead Act, yet not just the type to be bought either. I was intrigued. So I thought I'd try to work out a deal until he cruelly decided to leave me hanging, that is. Giving him my name was what you might call a backup plan. I knew he'd put it together soon enough and come back when he did. This was all in your plan. Capturing your agent now, that was just a little spontaneous. A little foolish too, more than likely, but it's like how I operate. His lip curled in a devil-may-care smirk, and he shrugged nonchalantly. You really had this all planned from the beginning? Man, this guy's smart. Wasn't it a big, huge risk? Of course, but a calculated one. He's smart. Mayor casually waves one hand as if brushing away my disbelief. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I like to make big gambles, and most of the time, they pay off. But I've done my research on your backgrounds, your past job. I knew you wouldn't simply raid my venue without showing a little of your hand first. So you could say the chips landed where I thought they might. It's suddenly all too clear how this man became a mafia leader. He's got the right mixture of planning, risk-taking, and charm, all wrapped up in one dangerous package. He's the one. Phew. I feel like a man who just got cheated out of his fortune at cards. Leslie rubbed his cheeks with his hand, blinking rapidly as if to try and understand everything we heard. I can't blame him. I knew Mayor was sharp, but I had no idea he planned everything out ahead of time. I'll admit, despite the fact that your method was incredibly questionable, you made me curious. You mentioned a deal, didn't you? What kind of deal are we talking about here? Leslie? To my surprise, Leslie cautiously questioned Mayor, one eyebrow slightly raised. I was expecting him to be furious, but instead he sounds more impressed than anything. I'm impressed. And I know the whole— wait, I didn't know. I was hoping you asked that. Why don't we discuss matters privately, on a neutral ground? I'll even let you pick the spot. All of us disarmed, with a few of our men waiting outside. A moment, if you don't mind. Leslie grabs my sleeve and pulls me aside a little, leading up to whisper in my ears. You really trust him enough for this? Normally I say it's suicide, but this Mayor, he's not like any other men I ever met. It's like talking to the chief of a big corporation, not a mafia leader. He's cunning. He scratches his head, clearly baffled. It's not like I can blame him. I felt the same way when I first met Mayor the other night. I don't think he means us any harm, boss. He's still a gangster, obviously, but I think he really wants to work out a deal. All of this would be too much to handle otherwise. And honestly, I'd like to hear what he has to say. My thoughts exactly. You think we should hear him out then? After a brief moment of hesitation, I nod. We're playing with fire here, and we both know it, but there's nothing new for us. If you don't mind me saying, Mr. Leslie, I gather you're the type to take precaution. Mayor pipes up airily, and we both glance over to him. Should the two of us not show up in perfect health tomorrow, I'm certain I'll have a big hassle on my hand, and that's not what I want, I assure you. You really did your own research, didn't you? It's a favorite hobby of mine. So that means you know what size underwear Richard wears. Wait. Boss! I'm afraid you'll have to barter for that information. Whoa, he knows. Oh, you drive a hard bargain, do you? I like that. He's not. I'm not liking this. I feel like my own ally just switches colors. Great. Just great. After a little more discussion, the three of us settle on a hotel room for our meeting spot. The unfortunate patrons who had to witness all that, well, they're sent home and promised free drinks when they come back. In this day and age, they're probably enough to risk being shot. Once that mess is sorted out, the three of us head to the hotel with our respective men. I can't even begin to imagine how tonight will end, but I have to hope for the best. I got a trophy! My senior partner. To continue the story, pick different choices and play through Mayor's route. Both routes lead to one ending, but you'll need to understand both sides of the stories. Unless both sides win, no agreement can be permanent. Jimmy Carter. Ooh. Alright, we'll save right here. Oop. Okay, God, this has been a great let's play. Well, walkthrough, playthrough, I don't know what you call it. Good, it was a good Ooh. Wait. It's been really fun playing Your Dry Delight, but we hit that mark, you know, and that's time. It's time to go, really. This game was really fun. Can't wait to play Mayor's Route, and then we'll get that third little ending where we have our